Welcome to Unpacked. I'm Jack. Who wants a TV mounted to their head? So what is this thing on my head? Well, it's Sony's Wearable HD TV, the HMZT3W. So this is a sample that someone already unpacked. They probably weren't paying attention as to where things went, as everything that was in the package was, placed haphazardly, and this is what I was left with. But that's a story for another time. Let's go over what actually came inside of the box. So obviously, first off, we have the Wearable HD TV that came with a portable carrying case. We got some headphones. We've got a power adapter. We have a input selector. Now this input selector has a power button. The input selector obviously has got a nice little screen here that tells you which input's being used. This is the actual HDMI charging port for the unit. I'll get to that a little later on. And it's got a 1/4-inch headphone jack. So if you don't like the included 3.5mm headphones that they include, you can always plug in a 1/4-inch jack onto the input selector. And on the back we have 3 inputs, an input out to concurrently have the TV streaming as well, and also the power for the power there. Right, and inside this smaller bag we have a bunch of cable management clips and some extra headphone attachments or earphone attachments in what looks like small, medium, and large. Okay, and finally we have a power or HDMI cord. This is about 4 feet. And finally some documentation. Alright, that looks to be it. Let's put this away and get on with the product. So moving on to the head TV. This unit is technically the wireless version. Well, as wireless as you can expect for when you want to have a portable TV strapped to your head. This is the mobile battery unit that powers the whole thing. The battery pack charges through the HDMI port at the front. Now when I was using it, I got about 6 hours of usage when I had about a low to medium brightness setting. Also found on the power pack is a MHL port. This is for all your MHL capable devices like a tablet or phone, so you can plug it in directly to the power pack and not have to mess with any other cables. Now to start watching your favorite TV shows or movies, all you have to do is plug in anything that outputs to HDMI, follow the on-screen instructions, and you're basically watching TV on a headset. Now the overall look of the headset is quite ergonomic considering what it houses. It has dual 720p OLED panels. These displays can be adjusted with these 2 small sliders found underneath the device, where you'll also find the controls. Those controls include a power button, a menu button, and a D-pad, and the far left hand side has volume down and volume up. Now around the corner from the volume controls you'll find a permanently attached power cable and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now this rubber flappy piece is what separates the user from external light sources for a more immersive experience. The headset does offer a lot of adjustment. Everyone at the media group didn't really have any problems with fitting this over their head. That leads me to the on-head experience with the headset. Now even with its lightness and the almost infinite adjustment for the headband, I wasn't able to find the perfect point where the headset would just sit right on top of my head. No matter what I tried, I found that the headset just sat way too close to my eyes for a crisp, clear picture. I always had to pull the headset a couple millimeters away from my eyes in order to get that perfect picture I wanted. Now, your mileage may vary as everyone's eyes are different, but I can't even begin to imagine what I would do if I actually wore glasses. Now both Wheels and Keys wear glasses, and they said that they wish there was a way to watch the headset without having to wear contacts to use it. Speaking of watching things, Sony claims a viewing experience with the headset similar to that of a 750-inch screen from about 20 meters back. While I did feel like I was in my own little private home theater with the headset on, the 750-inch part is a bit of a stretch. I mean, the color reproduction was awesome from the OLED panels, but it felt more like a 50-inch screen from about 8 feet away. Now, Sony is thinking about the user and their eye fatigue, so they also implemented a prolonged viewing warning. So if you happen to be wearing the headset past 3 hours, a notification pops up letting you know. I actually like to call this the "go do something else because you look silly" pop-up. The headset is also 3D ready. It does replicate a nice 3D experience versus a regular 3D ready TV. The dual screen setup inside of the unit really does help with a better 3D viewing experience. Now it's story time with Jack. Personally, I don't see the point in 3D movies. I actually prefer to watch non-3D versions of movies in theaters unless they only have it playing in 3D. I actually don't even own a single 3D Blu-ray movie. I actually had to borrow a 3D Blu-ray movie from a buddy of mine to even get to try out the 3D features. Speaking of features I really don't care for, the virtual surround sound. Now, Sony has 7.1 channels listed as one of the main audio features for the headset through the headphones, but I actually didn't find it very surrounding. So, what kind of user is this device intended for? Well, it retails for $1299.99, so that rules out the casual gamer looking for a cheap immersive experience. The HMZT3W only has 720 displays, so even the hardcore gamer looking for something immersive would probably go out and buy a cheap triple monitor setup with 1080p capabilities and still have money left over to buy Mountain Dew and Doritos. But then again, the headset offers portability, but I wouldn't want to bring this along with me on the bus or else I'd miss my stop. But then again, if you could afford this headset, you probably wouldn't be taking the bus anyways. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you have the money to spend and you, say, travel a lot on airplanes more often than not, and love watching TVs and movies, then this is for you. To be quite honest, even if I could afford this headset, I probably wouldn't still buy it at this point in time. There's just so much to be improved upon for this niche of devices, and I'm not just talking about the price. If they could improve upon making the viewing experience more enjoyable for people with and without glasses, add a maybe 1080p display, have less cable management, and make you not look silly, then yes, I might consider getting it. I don't know, those are my thoughts on it. Leave a comment down below and let us know, would you buy something just to watch TVs and movies on, and why? If you enjoyed watching, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe and share. We'll see you later.